Hi, everybody, and welcome. My name is Ashling, and I am a yoga teacher, a meditation and mindfulness facilitator, originally born and bred in Ireland, but living in Australia the past 8 years. So today we have got a very nice and short and sweet, it's about 10-minute practice, just yoga, and it will be super simple. We won't have anything wild or wonderful, just in terms of being able to get a little bit more freedom, a little bit more space in the body, but also to breathe, to calm the mind a little. Lord knows we all need it now more so than ever. So all you'll need is, if you've got one, grab a yoga mat. If you don't, that's totally fine. It's not necessary. You can also grab a blanket or a towel just to place underneath your knees for a little bit more support. This practice will be suitable for all levels, so beginner all the way through. So please join in and let us know how you go. All right, so we'll come to a comfortable seat on your mat when you're ready. So making your way there now. So you might come into a cross-legged position, like so. If that's not so comfortable for you, you might come to a kneeling position. You might also like to place a prop or something, so like a cushion or a pillow underneath your hips, and that can just be sometimes a little bit helpful to give a bit more elevation. So all we're going to do now is take just a few breaths together, just to kind of help transition from whatever has been in your day so far, just into this time, this space right here. And often that can feel quite tricky to just, start to move. We're quite in our head. So the breath can really help with that transition. So you might do it with your eyes open. You might close down your eyes, whatever feels comfortable. Just finding a nice upright seat. And as you're ready, begin to feel into your body. So just noting where it feels a little bit tense, a little bit tight, where maybe there's a little bit more space, a little bit more ease today. And knowing that none of this is right or wrong or how it should or shouldn't be. It's just noticing. And then with that, starting to tap into your breath a little more. Just noting how it is that the body is breathing, how it does and wants to breathe. Maybe it's in the chest, maybe it's all the way down in the belly. And now see if you can consciously start to shape that breath. So drawing the breath in through the nose, then the back of the throat, all the way through the spine, right down into the belly. And as you breathe out, softening the belly, following the breath back up the spine and all the way out through the nose. And let's take about 3 more like that, breathing in and out. Nice and slowly, 2 more, breathing in and out. 1 more, inhale and exhale. So eyes open or closed, it's your choice. Slowly now, just drop your chin towards your chest. And you might take now the right ear towards the right shoulder as you get a little more length through that left side of your neck. And you might pause. You might turn the gaze towards the floor or to the ceiling if it feels good. And as you're ready, slowly and gently, just make your chin drop towards your chest and making your way all the way over towards the other side. So again, maybe head towards the ceiling, maybe gaze towards the floor. Remembering you can always do this on your knees if you need. Just pause there for a moment. Take a breath in and out. And drop chin to chest, and this time we'll keep moving. So moving from side to side a little. Taking the movements really nice and slow and contained with your breath. And you might stay in the semicircles as that feels better, or if you've got a little more space now, you might continue and find a full circle. So just getting nice and slowly into that neck, an area where generally we hold a lot of tension and tightness. So just notice if you're meeting some restrictions. And then as you're ready, just changing the opposite direction, coming in the opposite way. And if you're in the semicircles, just keep moving from side to side. And if at any stage you feel there's a spot that feels a bit extra sticky, you might choose to just pause for a moment and linger there. We'll take one more full round of breath in and out. And as you finish, come back, chin to chest, and then slowly lift your gaze. Beautiful. So from there, hands towards your knees. Let's take some circles, but with the upper body, moving into the shoulders, into the back of the body, into the belly. So coming forward as you breathe in, all the way around and back as you breathe out. And really exaggerating these movements. So seeing if you can really lift the chest as you draw forward. And even draw your chin towards your chest, arms straighten as you breathe out and come back. You can even feel this almost coming into your hips, into the backs of the glutes, the lower spine, the mid spine, the upper spine. You're keeping it moving with your breath though, not forgetting your breath as you move, and then just change direction. So moving the opposite way, nice and slowly. You might even start to get a little bit more creative. Your head, your neck, and your shoulders all starting to get involved. Take one more big round. And then come back to your center. Beautiful. From there, reach your arms up to the ceiling. Again, you can still be on your knees if you need. We'll take a twist. This time, left hand to your right knee. Right hand comes behind you. That back hand acting like a second spine, nice and long as you breathe in. And then soften your shoulder. So right shoulder peels back as your gaze even draws towards the back of the room on an exhale. And stay for one more round of breath in and out. Now here we'll keep the hand on the knee. So the opposite arm will come up and over. So finding a nice side body stretch. And keeping that right sit bone, so your butt muscle, dropping towards the floor. And the gaze again might be towards the ceiling or to the floor. So you should be feeling this kind of push-pull action as you get some length through that whole right side body. And keeping the fingertips reaching nice and long as you breathe in. And then slowly return back through center as you breathe out. Now we'll take that all on the other side. Arms reach up. Inhale. And as you exhale, twisting open towards the left. So this time it's your left hand behind you, right hand towards your left knee. Lifting through chest. And as you exhale, spinning. So that back shoulder drawing back, front shoulder moving more forward. Gaze maybe out to the side, maybe towards the back of the room. Take one more breath in. And out. And then keep the hold of the knee, but take your opposite arm up and over. So again, imagine pushing this top knee, so that left side knee and left side hip towards the floor. So it's like the weighted action is giving that push-pull, lengthening through the side body. So gaze again, maybe to ceiling, maybe to floor, depending on how your neck is feeling. Let's take one more big breath in. And out. Beautiful. Now come back to your center. And we'll come onto our hands and our knees. So moving your way towards a tabletop. So this will be definitely where your mat, your blanket, or your towel will come in handy underneath your knees. And from here we move into the back of the body, so into what's called cat and cow. So we start off with a neutral spine, gazes towards the floor. As you inhale, let the belly drop, the tailbone lifts to the ceiling, and gaze draws forward. Now, as you exhale, reverse all that. Belly towards your spine, chin towards your chest, head towards the floor. So keep moving like that from side to side with breath. Inhale. Exhale, hips all the way back. Two more like that. Inhale to draw forward. Exhale, drawing back. Last round together. Inhale, keep pressing the floor away. Exhale all the way back. Come back to that neutral spine, and now we just take some figure 8 shapes. So allowing some movement over the hips, over the wrists, keeping the gaze towards the floor so that the back of the neck and the spine remains quite neutral. And you might now also move in the opposite direction. Just seeing how maybe there's a few areas in the body, maybe some little creases or maybe some little nooks that need a little bit more attention that we haven't really been paying much attention to in the rest of our day. And you might even come onto the fingertips and let the chin drop, and maybe even coming onto the forearms and lifting the gaze. Take one more breath just like this in and out. Beautiful. Now coming back to that tabletop position, keep your knees rested just beneath your hips, and they'll stay there as you start to walk your hands forward. So much so that the forehead drops towards the floor. So as you can see, my hips stay over my knees, not dropping towards my heels. And you can take the arms as wide apart as you need, but the forearms stay lifted. So this gets nice and deep into the back of the shoulders. So seeing if you can send some breath into that space now. Sending some deep belly breaths all the way into those backs of the shoulders. 2 more. 1 more, breathing in and out. Really nice. Walk your hands back in towards you. And this time just dropping over onto one side hip and coming to a seated position. So we've done a lot of work in the upper body. Now we'll start to move towards the bottom of the body, the lower half. So hands and feet towards the floor. Both soles of feet land, and you're sitting nice and tall rather than scrunching the shoulders or rounding in the back of the body. Now from here, walking that left foot out or drawing it in as close or as far away as you need. Take your right ankle towards the top of your left knee. So from here, flex your toes towards your knee. And again, remembering not scrunching through the shoulders. We're sitting nice and tall as that right knee draws forward. So this is a great one to get into the hips, into the glutes. You can also do it lying on your back and grabbing hold of the outer edge of the left shin or the back of left thigh. And you might stay still, or you might find just a little bit of movement, like a slow rocking. So not jerking or doing anything quick or sudden. And as you're ready, take 1 more breath in and out. Beautiful. Swapping sides, taking the right ankle or right foot down, left ankle to right knee. And again, you might walk that right foot in closer, or you might walk the upper body in closer if you want a deeper stretch. But if you're already feeling it and you're quite wide apart, stay exactly as you are. So remember, toes to face to protect the knee. And then maybe just a little subtle movement side to side. Really waking up through that glutes to the back of the hip, all the way into the side of the hip. And as you're ready, slowly and gently release both legs, come to a seat. From here, moving into the backs of the legs now. So that right leg reaches long, the left knee bends, and the left sole of your foot draws to the inner seam of that right leg. Now you can come as far down or as far up as you need to give yourself some space. Here's also a great place where you might place a cushion or a pillow underneath your sit bones, just to give you a bit more elevation to the hip. Now, if the hamstring is quite tight, please take a deep bend in your knees. Otherwise, you can stay with the neck just slightly bent or all the way straight. Arms reach up to ceiling as you breathe in. And then with the knee either bent or straight, start to hinge at the hips. So you'll see my spine stays nice and long. I'm not rounding or drawing my forehead towards my knee. But sending the hands either to the outer seam of the foot, the shin, the back of your thigh, wherever you can grab a hold of. But we're thinking about, energetically, the heel of that right foot drawing forward and the toes drawing towards your face. So activating through the back of that right leg. And just taking a few slow, deep breaths in and out. And over time, maybe the tissues or the muscles start to yield a little. Maybe there's a little more space. Otherwise, just keep your knee bent as much as you need. Take one more big breath in and out. And as you're ready, slowly slide yourself back up and just change opposite leg. So right foot drawing in, left leg is out. Find your sit bones once again and take both arms up. And then with your knee bent or straight, start to reach forward. And again, you'll notice that I'm not rounding, so I'm not forehead to knee. Instead, thinking about your chest coming towards your toes. Heel is tracking forward, toes towards your face, whether the knee is bent or straight. Breath slow and deep. You might even close down your eyes here if that helps you feel into the body a little more. Let's take 3 more breaths here. 2 more. 1 more in and out. And then slide your way back up. And this time, take both soles of your feet together. So find your sit bones again, maybe plopping yourself up. And the feet can be in close to you or they can be really far away from you, depending on how the body's feeling. We're sitting nice and upright and grabbing hold of the feet. Now, if the knees are all the way up towards your ears, you might like to prop yourself on something. That can be really helpful. Otherwise, just stay as you are. And you can also place maybe some pillows or blankets underneath the hips or the thighs if you need. So we're lifting through the chest as you breathe in. And then slowly starting to bend your elbows. So getting into the groin here now as you draw the chest forward. So the gaze is just beyond your feet. Keeping the chest nice and open rather than rounding and curling. I'm just taking a few breaths here. Now, if this is too intense, you might just let your palms face up and you can even just fall forward. Still getting the same benefit, just a little less intense. And then as you're ready, slowly come back up. So keep your hands towards your feet and we'll just start to find a little bit of movement. So up and down through the knees. It's really activating through the groin, getting some opening through the hips, through the groin, through the legs. And as you're ready, take 3 slow, deep breaths. So your slowest, your deepest breaths that you can absolutely muster. You might even open your mouth and sigh it out. 2 more, breathing in. And out. Last one, breathing in. And out. You are done. Well done, guys. So hopefully that was a really nice, short and sweet, full body stretch. Moved into all different parts of the body there. So hopefully the body's feeling good. The mind has a little bit more space to move into the rest of your day, whatever that holds. Thank you for joining us here. If you enjoyed it, please let us know. And we look forward to hopefully seeing you again soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.